Whitebeard versus Edo Tensei Uchiha Madara. Who do you think would win this epic battle? Alright, so after having a long debate and discussion with a couple people about this, who would win, like, you know, to me this is just like one of the most epic possible battles ever as far as when it comes to Naruto and One Piece crossovers, because I just thought of it and I was like, first of all, you got this god-like Uchiha Madara that he just has so many different techniques up against the god himself, Whitebeard, that at one time was revered as the strongest man in the world. So, you know, you got two of these incredibly powerful beings, and who would win in this particular battle? Here's the thing, first of all, I want to, like, add up a couple different things together of, like, the different things that they could do. Alright, so Madara, he has, you know, a lot of different techniques. First of all, he's an Uchiha, so there's just an infinite amount of things that he may or may not know. But from what we know, he has perfect Susanoo, incredible technique. He has Hashirama's, I guess, powers where, you know, he can make the trees come out of the ground and all sorts of stuff. He can do clones of himself. You know, he has quite a bit of techniques under his belt. Meanwhile, we got Whitebeard, that he is just phenomenally strong. He has the quake fruit, and then he also has his staff that he hits you, it can make the heavens tremble. So you got these two different people that have these incredible techniques. Here's the thing, let's just say Madara and Edward go at it, Edward Newgate, aka Whitebeard. The thing is, Whitebeard can make the ground crack, you know, he could do earthquakes and whatnot, but at the same time, while those earthquakes are going on, Madara can make, like, you know, plants come out of the ground and trees and whatnot, so you keep jumping on them, so he wouldn't necessarily get affected by that. But personally, first of all, if it's regular Madara without all the power-ups, Whitebeard takes it hands down, because from what we've seen and heard of, without all these power-ups, he was strong, but nothing like on the scale that he is now. So I definitely say, without the power-ups, Madara probably wouldn't be able to do anything against Whitebeard. But with the power-ups, there's just so many possibilities. But I gotta say that I do think that, unless he can use Izanami and Izanagi, which hasn't been shown yet, I'd say that probably Whitebeard could take this, for the simple fact that Whitebeard, if he gets his hands on Madara, and excluding the fact that, you know, Edo Tensei, they could be revived because he broke out of the Edo Tensei contract, so technically he's not really an Edo Tensei, he just has certain advantages from it. But if he was to get his hands on Madara and use, you know, the power of the quake fruit and, you know, just blast him away, I think it'd be it for him. I think it really would be it for him, because the simple fact that that's an earthquake to the face. Do you really think he could handle it? But the thing about it is, Madara can make so many clones, and if he hits him as well with the perfect Susanoo, with the sword, you know, he'll slash Whitebeard in half. It would be an amazing battle, first of all. I believe that wherever they fight, the battleground for that, first of all, will be annihilated. Possibly the planet will be, like, you know, devastated by this, for the simple fact that Whitebeard can make tsunamis with these earthquakes that he does. He can do so many different things. And at the same time, Madara, while he's strong and while he is practically godlike as well with his abilities, I just think that Whitebeard would overwhelm him, because there's too many possibilities of, if Whitebeard did this, he would get Madara, opposed to, like, Madara, let's just say he brings out perfect Susanoo and he tries to slash Whitebeard, he uses the quake fruit, or he could block with the staff, and, you know, he would negate that. Now, Whitebeard's old age would definitely play a part in it, but I still say that wouldn't really matter too much in this battle, because Madara still really wouldn't be able to overwhelm him. Madara definitely will, like, you know, get at him. Like, Whitebeard will probably end up nearly dying if they did have a fight, because Madara, he got all these crazy techniques, but at the same time, you got Whitebeard that he's been said that if he really wanted to, he could destroy the world. You know, this is how powerful his strength is. And while Madara's cutting mountains in half, which possibly could destroy the world as well, it hasn't really been stated that he can. So I definitely say that in a battle, it would be incredibly close. Like, incredibly close. If you don't know about Whitebeard, search him up. If you don't know about Madara, search him up. It would be a really, really close battle with Edo, Madara, and Whitebeard. But I say Whitebeard would take it for the simple fact that he can destroy the world practically if he wanted to with his powers. Or, well, you know, could have. Opposed to Madara, that he can do some damage, but I don't think he's been rumored to be able to destroy the world yet. So Whitebeard would take it, but it would be an amazing battle. I'm talking about, I could just see it now, the ground cracking, Madara jumping on trees, trying to get away from him, Whitebeard going after him, trying to grab him, Madara using so many clones, trying to surround him, Madara bringing out perfect Susanoo, trying to slash him with the sword. It would just be one of the greatest battles of all time. I would love to see that. We'll probably never see it, but just thinking about it now gets me excited. Like, somebody make a fanfic of this right now, please, because it just would be an incredible battle. And like I said, it would be really close, but Whitebeard will probably take it because of the simple fact that he would overwhelm him with his power, his quake fruit, his endurance. You know, he would never run either, so like you would never catch him in his back. I mean, all his life Whitebeard never got hit in the back once, so even if there's a million clones around him of Madara, they still wouldn't be able to get Whitebeard like that. He would use his quake fruit and destroy all of them. And either way, I would love to see that battle. I would really do. Let me know what you think. I know people are gonna probably go crazy over this, but I had to bring this to video. Me and my friends, we were going crazy about this, but this is just too good of a topic to just leave it at that. What do you think? Madara, Edo Tensei, super powered up, godlike, or the incredible world's strongest man, Edward Newgate, aka Whitebeard? Comment section below, video responses, whatever you want to do. That's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for both of these awesome characters, because regardless of what anyone says, they're both incredible characters. Edo Madara every week makes me just go crazy over the chapters. Whitebeard, one of my favorite freaking characters of all time, just that awesome. So thumbs up for them. As always, people, have an awesome day.